I'm looking up if we get something on files or language. I see one donation. What's it for is the question. In a second, we will know more.
Oh, I think I know what it's for.
Is this what I think it is?
I think it's what you think it is.
That would be wonderful. You guys introduce yourself while I figure this out.
Hello, I am Rod.
Hello, I'm a May.
Hello, that is a May.
And that's Rod.
Friendship Cannon, who you were so gracious to let hang out with you, even though he's not a NieR Automata runner. And the language we will be running in seems to be Japanese.
What? No way. Someone
Yes
actually bid
way.
for that? Are you kidding me?
We had balls donating $25 for that incentive. No message.
Oh my god.
And we also have another one by Bellatum, wishing you good luck, Rod.
Thanks, Mom. Hi, Mom.
Oh,
Hi, Mom's in chat,
Hi, Rod's
please.
mom.
nice. So everybody be on your best behavior.
Nah, you can be on whatever behavior.
Oh. She did not put it to any donation bid, so...
She should put it to the English language.
She didn't save your hide there. I'm sorry to tell you.
Do we have a save name?
Yeah, we do indeed have one. And you will be delighted to hear it's Pwajef.
Ah, yes. The correct the correct pronunciation.
I do pride myself on that, yes.
Remember where I changed languages. I'm actually sad that someone donated to beat my $20 one.
Getting saved by a May.
Okay, that's
pretty much the story of the whole NieR speedrunning Discord.
That's done. That's done. That's done.
It's cool. I'm just there to break things as soon as someone else fixes it.
Alright. Hallelujah, it's set up.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yay.
Alright. I believe the estimate increases for Japanese, because I remember I said that, but I don't remember what amount I said, so it increases to whatever I finish at, so that sounds pretty good to me.
Wonderful.
Can pretend.
We can pretend. I'm ready to start.
I'm ready.
Alright.
Then take it away. NASA
All right, we're going to count down from
2020.
30, 29, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Huzzah. Oh man, this sounds so weird. I've never played this game in Japanese. So this is NieR Automata A ending. Yeah.
This is a game?
This is a game.
This is the introductory AFK scene where you take your very quick pee break.
Check Reddit for 3 minutes.
Yep. So essentially this isn't gonna be what most of the game looks like.
Yes.
It's a bit of a slow burn, and then we get going.
Yeah, for this starter part, it's just going to be a shoot 'em up where we know where all the waves are going to spawn. So the goal is just to shoot them quickly, as opposed to slowly.
That would be ideal.
Yes.
And androids are all about being ideal.
Yes. And you're gonna see me taking damage. That is to get rid of my medium and large recoveries, so that I don't have to scroll over them to pick my buffs.
But what if you take too much damage and you end up dying, Rod?
Well, that would be pretty funny, and let's just hope that doesn't happen. I actually ran out of small recoveries on a run earlier. That was exciting. Just gonna push that guy over.
Well, we do say, don't get hit.
Yes. After the shoot 'em up, don't get hit, but for now, do get hit. Hopefully, like 6 times?
Well, there is very hard though, because you really don't get hit or you die.
Alright, we're gonna try to push this guy.
There's a little fun fact about Very Hard. The lasers don't actually kill you. Everything else will.
Treason.
I know. For some reason, the lasers, except from the one at the end of the prologue, don't really kill you.
But who gets hit by that one at the end of prologue anyway?
I didn't even know that was continued.
There's definitely been the fair share of clips of that.
Just some more trying to kill the waves as soon as they get on screen. Nice. Man, I don't think I've ever actually done a run or played the game for more than like 20 minutes on Japanese. That was not bad. That was like a 3-minute, 3-second call there. So the real fun part about Japanese is going to be, I don't know all the dialogue stuff. I'm assuming it's the same timings for later in the game, but we'll find out.
I believe so. There may be some really nice long talking segments that just gotta chill even longer for.
Do we get to see more Grun?
Oh.
Or actually Grün?
Best girl?
More time for Grün facts.
Heck yeah, green facts are highly supported. If you want to start compiling your green facts, I recommend you do it now.
Also, you can send me some and I'll read them in German.
Yes. Those
I
are the
fully
best.
support that.
I so fully support that. Nice. Fidget spinner didn't spin.
And let me give chat a little help. Copy paste this, put it where you put the U, because it's an U. I might be very partial to that one.
So we're gonna go off to the side
Not
here
sorry.
to hope that they are nice to me.
Ooh, they don't look too friendly.
No, they weren't.
So this is what most of the game will look like, and one of the first things to point out is that RodG is doing one attack over and over again, which we call a damage glitch. Usually the game would only do a set amount of damage, a very small amount, while the sword is spinning in the air, but there just so happens to be a way that we can multiply that damage to match any, like, I guess, standard attack. And it increases our damage by about 5.5 times, 4.5, somewhere around there.
It's a lot. So when you see the sword spinning in the air, it will tick damage a lot, as you can tell by the health bar going away very fast. So that was Mark's one. He's a giant arm. Kind of cute. So now there's 2 skips I could do here. I'm not going to do crane skip because I've been messing it up recently, but you could just clip through that rock right there and then go do some cool out of bounds stuff, or you can just jump on top of this instead of shooting it. So I'm going to do that way because I don't like falling out of bounds multiple times. Also, fun fact, that shmup was a gold apparently.
Congrats.
I recently learned there's a trigger you need to walk across on the floor in this room. So that was exciting.
So yeah, essentially prologue is one of the main parts of the run that are very fixed. How things spawn, how you can manipulate them. If you haven't figured it out yet, this is a very execution-heavy game.
Yeah. So earlier I tried to line all of those flyers up so I could shoot as many as possible with a laser, and I failed to do that, so that was exciting. So this is bridge skip, and that was my first try at it, and that was my second try at it. So this is going good. Cool. That's a fun one. The inputs for that are kind of tight, but you can only get it in a couple tries, or first try. But I'm usually happy with a couple.
First try every time. I haven't seen anything else.
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely first try.
Yeah, that was a first try, I think. So I need to make sure I keep my flashlight on here so that I don't shoot the laser above all of these guys' heads. Oh my god, I got the god laser.
Oh.
I haven't gotten that today. That's exciting. So those stubbies there that I hit with the laser, they won't always all die when you hit them. Sometimes they'll just get knocked into the wall, and it's a lot slower to have to walk over there and deal with that. So I'd prefer it if they all die right away.
So I have a question for you, Rod.
I have an answer.
Are you a swaggy boy?
Ho, I spent 15 minutes earlier practicing this to make sure I didn't mess it up. So I'm gonna mess it up first try. So this is Engel's swag. How much time does this save?
About half a second if you're fast.
Half a second. But did you guys see how cool that looked? I thought it looked pretty cool, so I'm pretty happy with that. Nice, that was pretty good. That went well. Happy with it. Silo 3 was cool. It always feels good to get the god laser because it's just so much cleaner to not have to run across the room and deal with all the little stubbies.
So who's ready to see beautiful, beautiful robot girl Engels-chan be its big tsundere and punch Rod like real hard?
I'm very ready to get punches. So you can be cool and throw your sword out here and not have to buff, but I'm not cool. And I haven't practiced that enough, so I'm gonna buff here.
Mash is demanding more swag.
Mash is demanding more swag. Well, I'm gonna do all the swag I can think of. Alright. So, here's Big Boy Engels. He's very cute. If you notice, he has 2 arms, and he can punch with them. Right now I want punches so that I can slow-mo and make it less likely to get punches the next time he gives them. This is not punches.
Oh, but Rod, what is slow-mo?
Oh yes, that is a good question. What is slow-mo? So if you've noticed, sometimes I am holding the pod laser down and it's making a zzz noise like this, except I got hit, which isn't as good. When I do that, I mess up how to do this. Wow! Okay, hold up. May, can you explain slow-mo while my brain reboots?
Okay, so essentially when you're charging up a pod program, which is in this case the lasers that we fire with the pod, time will actually slow down, and we can cancel that charge up with pod fire. Essentially repeating that over and over again lets us manipulate a lot of things in the environment, because everything apart from 2D will slow down. We can also use that while in combat. So at the same time as throwing out damage glitches,
no punches.
Later in the game, we will actually be able to do 2 of at once. We will also be able to slow the enemies down so we can keep them in control. Hopefully they'll behave.
Yeah, so as May mentioned, we can eventually throw 2 swords out, but at this point in the game we can't throw 2 swords out. So my muscle memory is mostly set to slow-mo with 2 swords, so that's what I was trying to do and it wasn't working very well. On a separate note, Engels did not give me punches. Punches loses around 22 seconds, so that's obviously not very fun. But Engels didn't do that, he gave me laser or something.
Hey Rod, you might want to just put a little bit of pod fire.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm glad you reminded me.
You're welcome. So the reason for pod firing is that if you don't get Engels' health down low enough, Engels will actually just decide to keep fighting you here. And that's not fun.
Nope. There. That'll get him well enough. So that weird little jump there is called a double lift. When you go up an inclined slope, you can do a lift, which is just jumping in heavy, and if you can touch... Oh my god, I missed the pause. If you can touch 2B's feet against the slope, you can get a second lift, which lets you jump really high. Oh man, that was a great laser right there. I gave them all a nice haircut. Oh, sick. Emote only, chat?
So here all we're gonna do is wait for some dialogue to play out. Now, Rod has a little bit of an interesting situation here, because usually we would use shortcut menus.
Oh no.
Which they allow the dialogue to play out while pausing the world around you. However, it's in Japanese.
Yes. I didn't think about that.
So
we're just gonna roll the dice. I think it's the same timing. Oh, I should have shortcut menued. Don't do something wrong. Oh my god. I think this is gonna be fine. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. This is fine. Oh, heck yeah. That was fine. I'm not even lying.
Oh.
Yeah. So I know normally where to pause menu in English. I definitely don't know in Japanese where to pause menu. You know, I don't feel like I did enough damage. I'm gonna buff. You think I'm fine?
I think you're fine.
Alright.
Don't blame me if I'm wrong. But
Oh, it's too late. You're getting blamed. If this is 4 hit, I'm blaming you. Oh, you're right. Fine. Look at that. There's 3 hit. Cool. So now we're at a prologue.
It's not often we see the rest of the game.
Yeah, prologue is where lots of people spend most of their time. Why did I pause? There we go. You'll see me do dumb things a couple times. It might happen. There's the warning. Alright, so now I'm gonna skip another cutscene and then do a bunch of menu mashing. The best part of the game.
Some would say this is the first boss.
Yeah. I think Punches is the first boss. Oh man, it sounds so much different in Japanese. Cool. Nice. Can I save Rod from Japanese mid-run? No, we're stuck with it. I'm sorry.
No.
This is life.
Even if he wanted to, you would have to quit out to the menu
Yeah.
to change language. So Rod is gonna live through some pain and suffering.
Yes, I am. We're gonna all have to hear Japanese spear dashing. Oh wow, I did not realize how much I used audio keys for that dialogue.
Yeah.
I totally didn't realize it was done.
So we're just gonna go chill, talk to the commander. She's gonna say some stuff in Japanese.
Oh my god, I didn't jump high enough. That's awkward.
And then we're just gonna go back to, I guess,
Flight unit.
the same area that we used to be at.
Yep. gonna go fly back to Earth and go do some cool stuff, like some fetch quests, because everyone likes fetch quests.
So what's your favorite fetch quest?
Ooh, that's a good question. I definitely think it's the picking up those 3 items by the angry robots. I find that one particularly riveting.
What, you mean the one with 4?
What? I thought, no, it's 3 items. No, not where you kill them, where you just pick the items up.
Yeah, that's 4.
What? There's 4? 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, there's 4, huh? Okay, that one. So this is another shoot 'em up where it's just the same waves every time. So I can try to memorize them. Another fun fact about this part is I don't have any recoveries. So unlike the prologue, I can very easily die here. And it is not a fun time to die right here. Because if you die here, you go back to the menu mashing from earlier. Are we going to be redeeming emote-only chat the entire stream? I'm okay with this.
I'm fine with this.
I have a lot of points.
Oh, I'm saving on timeouts. Imagine having emote-only chat going and you can't participate.
Alright, so you can actually skip a cutscene here, which is weird, because it doesn't look like you should be able to skip that, and you can't skip similar ones later in the run. Okay, so, I tried to do a dash swing so that I didn't do that little walking animation. You're gonna see me try to dash swing into a lot of cutscenes to avoid that little walk, because the walk is very not fast.
Are Quo and I gonna have a timeout battle?
Ooh. Who's gonna time out the other person first? So, I think we touched on dash punching, did we?
No, we haven't touched on it, so... Do you want to touch on that?
Sure. So, some of you who may have played this game casually would have decided to sprint around the world, but that's pretty slow. So instead, we decide in Prologue to use dash chaining, which is where we do full dashes. We just start a new dash when the previous one ends. But after the Prologue, you lose one of your weapons, the Virtuous Treaty, the huge, meaty sword, I guess. We can put it that way. Which also, in turn, allows us to punch. And by putting a punch between each of our dashes, it's actually significantly faster than just dashing alone. That said, it is, yeah, I would say fairly difficult to get the timing consistent. So
Yeah.
there are definitely some runners who decide not to do dash punching, and for the length of time that we use it, it probably doesn't save or lose too much time.
Yeah, it really doesn't save or lose that much. But I actually think it's kind of fun. So there's me slow-moing so that they don't hit me, because it slows down their attacks. I'm just gonna go jump over this barricade. You can do that. You can do this whole jump that I just did without doing a pod spin there, which is faster, but I didn't think I have enough height. Oh, we jumped away.
Some would say quests, side quests also could
is.
be another boss, because you'll never find the parts where you expect them.
Yeah, so sometimes some of those drops there that I had to pick up can drop in the rock that was there, which makes them impossible to pick up. Other times they can drop behind the rock, and you can be blind and lose 30 seconds because you didn't look behind the rock.
You wouldn't speak of personal experience.
No, I've personally never done that.
No, definitely not. Me neither.
Definitely never done that one.
I've definitely never had them go inside the rock either. Definitely not like 2 weeks ago. Didn't happen.
I've actually never had it go inside the rock. I thought it went inside the rock, but it was actually just next to the rock. Like, directly next to the rock. Not even, like, kind of inside it or hidden.
But yeah, we promise this is a well-coded game and it's super fun
Oh
to
my
run.
god. I mashed too hard.
Or at least to hang around the community. That's what I do all the time.
So, I upgraded my sword, the Virtuous Contract, to level 2. So we normally just refer to that as VC2. So when you upgrade it, you move faster when you do this heavy attack after your dash. And you actually... Is it faster than dash punching or just as fast? Just as fast. I'm pretty sure it's just as fast.
It's roughly the same as dash punching. So, I don't know if you do it, but there are a couple of runners who decide to use dash punching in certain spots to kind of like space out how far 2B goes,
I do
because
that
dash swinging will
here,
take her
actually.
further.
By doing one there, you get a nice timing normally.
So a lot of the small intricacies in movement will actually come down to things like swapping out a dash swing for a dash punch,
Yeah.
just to get you into the spot you want to be a little more comfortably.
Oh my gosh.
So Rod's gonna do some buys here, or at least attempt to. He's going to buy
Yeah.
a sachet and some animal bait. So the sachet will stop animals from running away from you. And in a sense, they don't get spooked out by you because you smell nice.
Because the true ultimate goal in NieR Automata is petting the animal.
No.
Exactly. So he got some animal bait so that later he can ride an animal. He's gonna do a really funky clip with the animal. We'll point that out when it comes to it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Oh okay.
Do we have a
Yeah.
final answer on the question whether there is actual board drifting in NieR Automata?
Yes, for sure. I've seen
There
it myself.
is.
And
So-
there you have it, which
Just-
makes this the superior game out of the whole series.
No, the superior
Board
game is
drifting
Dracula.
and
Island.
Commander.
That's on a separate note. So this
Commander
is the desert. The walls aren't really great here.
Are the walls great anywhere?
Some places have better walls than others. This is probably one of the more out of bounds heavy areas, though, for sure.
I would say they attempt to do their job.
Yeah. So right there, I had to make sure I got a trigger so that these next little quests over here spawn. And then I'm gonna ignore pretty much all of those little quest markers on the map and go to one specific one where there's a little robot called Philip, and we're gonna go see him. But before that, I need to go pick up this pod, which is in the sand, because this will let us have 2 pods. And that's useful for all type of fun. So having 2 pods lets you slow-mo for longer, because you have the time where the second pod will come out. And it also lets you fire 2 lasers, which is good for dealing damage on some bosses, like Adam, also known as the next boss we're about to see.
Can we call those laser eyes?
Laser eyes?
Yeah, out of both eyes, lasers.
Sure.
Giving Adam the laser eyes.
Ooh, collateral. So I shot
Ooh,
those
lucky
flyers there because they have a % chance to drop a chip, which is basically a constant buff that you could pick up. But I'm not going to pick it up because cutscenes will double all the loot on the ground. So there's a trick there called Stupid Rock, and I failed it like I've been doing every time today.
It's pretty stupid.
So that's pretty standard. We're just gonna... I don't know why I can't pause there, but that's fun. So yeah, there's about a 30% chance that I get a taunt chip from that, and those are extremely good. So if I get one, we'll talk about that more. But just know that there's a 30% chance of hype. I'm pretty stupid, someone called. How am I typing in chat?
How are you typing in chat?
Oh, I'm so glad I got that first try. That clip is so easy, but I've been messing up so much recently. So some more out of bounds there. Here. I'm not going to be able to explain all this out of bounds because I don't want to mess it up.
Sure, I'll touch on it. So essentially, the game would send you through this whole desert complex, chasing our guy Don, or as we more, yeah, we like to call him Philip for no reason at all. I guess that's just a new trend. And RodG's gonna run around, hit some triggers out of bounds. Usually would end up on a platform, but he's gonna go underneath it. And now he's gonna swap over some weapon sets and chipsets. So instead of having one sword, he now has two swords that he is able to do a damage glitch on. He's able to swap weapon between each of the attacks, and that essentially doubles the amount of damage he can put out at once. So he was here attempting to get what's known as early dawn, or early Philip. You're very persistent on that naming. Which is where you can just kill the enemy during the cutscene, and let's say just it's about 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Done optimally.
But the timing is a little tight with the buff.
Yeah, it is very difficult. And also on the topic of chips, so Rod didn't get a taunt chip. Typically, taunt chips would increase your damage taken and dealt by a very significant amount, but we didn't get lucky there. But what we do have is we do have a resilience chip, which means assuming Rod keeps his health at the maximum, he won't get staggered when enemies hit him, which is incredibly useful.
And I exploded there because it kills lots of things.
Yeah. It's a tasty, juicy experience.
Yes.
And also to be skirtless, maybe?
Yes, that is a side effect. Unavoidable.
Yeah, right. We are calling that a side effect. I forgot.
Yeah.
So actually earlier,
not a feature.
Isom did point out to me that you can, in fact, still have a taunt chip at this point. Auto-equip isn't actually perfect.
Ooh, I wasn't aware of that.
Booty indeed.
Yeah, it has to be like a really large, rare taunt chip. So it has to be a taunt +2. And a big one at that.
Well, it would have to be 2. Since,
Oh, yeah.
but yeah. So that was Adam. He
doesn't have pants.
He's a boy. He has no pants.
Neither does 2G. Or 9S right now.
And that's why 2B is angry at him, so no shoes, no shirt, no service.
Yep. And we're just gonna sloop our way through the environment.
Yep.
Using slow-mo here and there to make it cooperate just a little nicer. We're coming up to a skip that's known as Box Clip and Desert Save Scum.
Why is it called like that, you might ask? Because we
There's a box.
do indeed clip through a box.
And we're going to clip kind of to the side of the box. So you push it one in a bit, and then you go through, and then you hopefully don't do exactly what I just did.
Yeah.
Because if you do, you have to go back through the box, and then do it again. Which is always
It is,
fun.
You might be wondering, is it worth going back? And the answer is yes.
It's extremely worth, because if you don't, you have to listen to a really long dialogue, and...
Which is probably even longer in Japanese.
Oh yeah, so we're not about that. So right there I saved and loaded. I just wanted to run into the save radius area of that transporter that I activated and then immediately clipped out behind earlier in the game. So I ran into it, quick saved, used the triggers to swap over and loaded. And also 2B gets her skirt back, which is good.
Whoa, where did the skirt come from?
So if you just mash all of your buttons there, it will automatically pick the faster option. It's very convenient. I considered learning the backup for if you messed up that, but I figured I wouldn't do that, so yeah. I'm
The
glad I
beautiful
didn't
moose clip?
yes, the Mies clip.
The Mies clip. You know, I actually tried that not too long ago and I couldn't get it.
The Mies clip.
Yeah, it's been about 2 years since I learned it, and clearly I've forgotten.
Can you do that one with a boar?
I
So-
don't think you can.
There's a lot of different ways to get to the amusement park. You could go through this tunnel here, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna go over this barricade here. So that was pretty
Because
fun.
tunnel is the intended way, and only machines are predictable.
But sadly, there's still a trigger in there, so I have to go get that. So I went and got that now. And then I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to try to do another one of those fancy double lifts off of this tree root. Emphasis on try, because I wasn't running for some reason. And then do that. So that skips over a discovery cutscene, which just isn't very fast to watch, because cutscene. And now I'm about to do a bunch of clips that I can't probably explain while I do them. So this is going to be exciting. So we're coming up on what is known as coaster, essentially, or a free reset. It's not really a free reset. It's normally not that hard a trick, but
It's a very expensive reset.
yeah.
So I guess I'll explain it while he attempts it. If he does get it, we're gonna be doing some funky stuff. Perfect. So what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be tricking the coaster into thinking that Rod is actually riding the coaster, but I'm not. He is not.
Don't tell
He's gonna
him.
go out,
Shocking!
get a bunch of triggers. Some of those triggers only appear after you ride the roller coaster, or I guess in quotation marks, ride the
Ride the
roller
roller
coaster.
coaster. So that funny jump I did off the front was to get a trigger as well.
Yeah, so we got all those, and now we're gonna go on a little bit of a journey. We're gonna go out of bounds, and we're gonna pick up one of our best friends.
Yes.
I'm sure everyone in this stream will greatly appreciate what this means in probably about 2.5 minutes from now.
But even with that, 2B still sounds better than English 9S.
Hello? What?
That's, you gotta pick it up.
Oh yeah, I picked
Japanese dialogue. It's too long.
it up. Okay. Today I learned. Alright,
Yeah.
so normally you would change 9S to long range mode there, but apparently you can't do that with Japanese dialogue.
Yeah, I just remembered Dan Flesh ran this not too long ago in Japanese for an anthem.
So I'm gonna equip the spear I just picked up real fast.
Same thing happened there. Look at that speedy menuing.
I know, so fast. Look at me remembering to pause out of it. So this is Bouvar. She's a really cool boss. I killed her too fast. So we're gonna see a random attack. Cool, it wasn't a slow one. So
That
ideally,
might actually be the fastest.
that's actually like a really fast one, huh?
You might actually gold.
So ideally, you want to threshold her right as she starts her attack. But I thresholded her just before she started her attack. So then she did a random attack instead of the standard one, which isn't very fast. But it's faster than some of the ones she could do. So that was cool. I didn't gold.
It might be the Japanese text.
I think it's the Japanese text.
So here Rod's gonna do a pretty cool strat. You can charge up 2 lasers and they just so happen to line up in a way that we can make use of all of the lasers that we can fire to clear out the wave super fast. Here, not so lucky, we have to go around attacking them, hoping that we don't get hacked.
Yep. Hello?
Hello?
No, 2 hacks. That sucks. That's fine.
2 hacks is slightly on the worse end. It's pretty common to at least get one. Not ideal. It's about
Yeah.
3 to 4, maybe even 5 seconds to get through the hack.
So I'm gonna be killing these other ones and hoping they drop something because I really want a small recovery right now. Okay, apparently I'm not gonna get one.
Nice. pretty rare to not have any drops at all.
So I'm gonna SD here because I think it looks cool.
Yeah, he's gonna be setting up for a very cool skip later using an animal. He's gonna try and like bait the animal into pushing him into a wall.
Cool.
So,
so that was door clip.
Yeah, that was door clip.
That's not always the easiest to get. It's a timing based one on how the door opens. And then now I'm doing the type of movement that I will be doing the rest of the run, which is known as spear dashing.
This is what you paid money for.
Yes. So, yeah. I hope you like the sound of 2B's SD in Japanese.
You might not believe it, but we actually use it for its intended purpose, which is exploding and dealing damage that way, but not so far.
Yeah, so essentially, by doing a light attack and then doing a heavy attack, but SDing to cancel stuff, you can keep repeating this little, like, dash forward animation, which is actually, like, really fast. And yeah, it turns out this is the fastest way to move. Yeah. Is something you will hear the entire rest of the run. Wow, they really do talk in Japanese for quite a while. Alright, so just did a safety save there. And then we're gonna accept the quest. In case something goes wrong.
Oh, okay.
And now we're gonna
essentially
go over here.
we're gonna go use some of the things we bought earlier. So if chat wants to guess, will we get a moose or a boar? This is the moment.
Looks like a boar. Also, make sure to get your Bible thumps ready in chat for the voice line. She turned me down. It's not the same in Japanese, man. But when I asked her out, she clucked. Oh, hey, yeah, boar hops are faster than just not doing boar hops. I forgot to mention that. They don't just look really cool, they're actually faster by an absolutely minuscule amount.
Yeah, so very important coming up here. He's gonna cancel dialogue with the door, go talk to an enemy, and now he's gonna try for the shloopy shloop moose clip. Except he's using a boar, so I guess it's a boar clip. If he gets it right, he'll go into the wall and somehow manage to walk back to Pascal. But it's very tight. Just give me a second try, I guess.
Boar?
He's not behaving.
Boar. Oh.
Oh.
Rod,
Yikes.
Rod, did you just die?
Yeah, so he's supposed to push you through the wall.
Oh, come on.
Good thing you safety saved.
Yeah, it's a good thing I safety saved.
How much will this set you back?
So yeah, it's gonna make this a 6-hour run now.
Yeah, we need to push the estimates, so yeah, 6 hours, okay, I'm gonna inform everyone. Oh, you just don't want my shift to end, right?
Nope.
Nope.
Good thing I got coffee.
Oh my god, this ladder always trolls me. So in case you didn't catch on yet, that might have been a death warp.
I would never have guessed.
Yeah, I know we really sold that pretty hard, but that might have been intentional.
Oh, okay. So Rod, Rash is asking if you're donating for $5 for every death.
Yeah, I'd do $5 for every death. So that's $5. Everyone should
intend on
match.
buying more?
I mean, I don't intend on dying more. But I mean, hey, anything can happen in Eve.
That is very true. Eve is not always well behaved.
Yeah, Eve is a spooky boy. Alright, so take 2 on this one. And I didn't pod spin, so that's faster, which is nice. I'm somehow still green, by the way. It's pretty exciting considering this is Japanese voice.
Marathon PB?
It's possible.
Even a derust PB? Or did you already derust?
Oh no, I already derusted. Didn't want to be super rusty. Oh, I guess I have to die for charity.
Ooh, true. So, coming up here,
The Shloop.
I guess the origin of the Shloop.
Oh no, I'm not gonna get it.
No!
Rest in peace, the Shloop.
Yeah.
So you can sometimes just shloop on through the wall there, but I didn't shloop, so it's a sad day. Oh, no volt troop sounds. Yeah, F for shloop indeed. You can normally jump through that hole if you angle it right, but I did not angle it right.
It's a small Shloop for 2B, but a giant Shloop for speedrunners.
Yep. Pause Jeff, indeed.
I spotted a heretic blue metal saying "rip damn hole." Nah.
Can you not do this to me?
Shloop.
Angle?
This is the Shloop hole. Not a Shloop.
Ooh, did you get missiles?
I did get missiles.
Okay, so usually angles will do a laser attack here, which lets us do a very easy setup to instantly kill angles. But there is a rare chance that you'll get a missile attack instead. Now, there is a setup for it, but it's not easy.
Yeah,
it's
my
very
brain wasn't ready.
precise. Yeah.
So that's some fun RNG time loss there. It's cool though. So even though this cutscene looks very similar to the last time we got out of the flight units, I can't skip anything here. So now we're going to, however you say negotiations in Japanese.
Negotiations in Japanese.
Wow, I actually got that movement somewhat right for once in my life. So by plunging down there during the commander's dialogue, I don't know the exact way it works, but we get something called Skype glitch. Essentially, it makes it so that every time we get one of those little phone calls, instead of ringing, the dialogue just starts playing right away, which saves some amount of time that I don't actually know.
You know, the older the game gets, the funnier it becomes that it's named Skype Glitch.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure Skype was getting ditched by most people back when the speedrun started taking off, right? So it was already a bit of a funny term back then, but it's a big oof.
But yeah, big oof now, Skype, yikes.
Okay, as the resident guide to butcher names and everything, not in one, not
I don't
two,
know when
but
this fight
already three
starts.
languages. Negotiations is kosho in Japanese.
It's way shorter. So this is essentially a timed fight. Am I too high level? Or was I just stuck against the wall?
You're fine.
Okay, I was stuck against the wall.
Alright, let's talk about
No, good.
let's talk about bonkers skip.
Yeah, so there's a skip here you can do to skip more of this. I'm not going to do it because it's ridiculous. Some would call it bonkers, actually. It makes more sense if you hear the English dialogue where they say bonkers. So I'm going to go ahead and jump up here and go out of bounds. And then kind of like wiggle around a bit to get over this wall. And now I'm free. I can't really go anywhere or do anything. but I couldn't do anything in that fight, so I'm gonna actually grab some materials and hopefully kill some enemies. I don't actually know when this, I don't know the ending dialogue.
I believe it's a bit longer in Japanese.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna get this chest here. Oh, this guy's bonkers. Okay. So yeah, I'm killing these enemies because they don't respawn, and then I can spear dash through here. Because if there are enemies, they will distract 2B when she goes to spear dash. Oh, I didn't get the last one. That's sad. Even times and call it Discord glitch.
I don't know. I'm more of the TeamSpeak glitch.
No, Mumble.
Okay, we're still using Mumble.
We could be using TeamSpeak.
We could.
The Zoom glitch. Yeah, I like that.
It does have a video call built in,
That is true. There is a video call in it.
but it does not make us go more zoom zoom. So, nah.
It does. Wait, no, but Zoom glitch does make us go faster. Oh wow, I like Zoom glitch now. So now we have
Funny
access to
thing is-
transporters, and
yeah.
I can go places, which is very cool because I'm gonna go to the bunker and talk to the commander, and then try to do a dialogue skip.
Commander Bay, yay!
So in this game, if you have a text box open and you walk until a dialogue trigger, it will skip that dialogue most of the time. So I have the text open, and then bada bing, look at that, free time save. And now I'm gonna go to Pascal's village.
You mean Pascal's Dorf?
Oh yes, back to the Dorf. So if you play this game in the German text, you can become enlightened and learn the correct names for everywhere. So Pascal's village is actually Pascal's Dorf.
Perfect.
And yeah, Best Girl's coming up soon after we fight A2. So we're gonna hear about some other machines we gotta go visit in the good old foresty spot. And then I'm gonna do some buys. By buys I mean I'm gonna sell things. Nope, not VC3. Machine core, here we go. And then I'm gonna sell a bunch of chips because it's faster to do this way than do it than actually like unequipping them. And I'll have more intelligent things to say after I finish these buys. I promise. Oh! Let's not forget to buy those. Those are important. Alright, so now I'm gonna equip my chips again. Not automatic. So we got resilience, no taunt, as we thought. And 3 crit chips. Very cool. So now I'm gonna do mom skip. There's a little cutscene thing down here, and I don't want to listen to it.
So Rod, I have a question for you.
Ooh, a
Back in
plunge
my
glitch.
casual playthrough, I use auto heal chips.
Yes.
Is there a reason why you have decided that auto heal is not worthy of being used in your speedrun?
Because crits do damage. Otherwise, auto heals are pretty cool, honestly. Casually, I also like to use shockwave chips, and I still think that they're good.
But I mean, the math would disagree on that one, but they
Well,
look
the
cool.
math would say more damage is more damage.
You
Alright?
know, as far as the racing stripe effect goes, maybe
Yeah?
maybe there's something there.
So I'm gonna do another dialogue cancel over here, hopefully. So I SD before the dialogue cancel so that I'm standing still when I get the dialogue, when I start the text box. That lets me walk while in the text box. Oh no, stop running away. Please stop running away.
And there he
Please
is. In just a bit.
In just a bit.
Real good.
And then if I'm really slow at this...
Yeah,
oh, there's Emil.
kill
Look
it,
at that.
kill it
He's so
faster.
cute.
Yes, best boy.
Aww.
That's Emil. No one actually knows who Emil is.
No one.
I hear he's from Drakengard or something.
Make him mash.
So we're not going to worry about that. He just goes and rolls on off.
Drakengard's pretty cool.
Yeah, Drakengard is pretty cool.
So how many Drakengard titles are there?
So, Ame, why do you have to hit reset camera there instead of just moving the control stick?
I mean, I like being hipster.
Okay. Just kind of curious.
Yeah.
Because I recently realized you can just move the control stick. So there's normally a little, oh my god, I messed that up twice today. Wow. There's normally a little cutscene thing that makes you go look your camera at, but that's slow. Because then you start going towards them, and that's not a beeline. And a big part of this game is running in straight lines.
Oh, I don't think you have brought that one so far, but you mean a 2B line.
Yeah, if you want to explain this next little bit of movement before I mess it up.
Yep, okay. So, Rod's gonna do some funky stuff here. He's gonna come up to the top of here, hop onto a little broken bridge. And usually you would go all the way into the castle, watch some cutscenes, the fun time. But we don't care about that. We want to go fast. So we're just gonna fly all the way across the map, go stupidly far, and go straight through the front entrance that
Nice. So
nobody
called,
really thought you could get to.
Yeah, that's called Rainbow Road. Because the skip it
Those are
replaced is
some-
called Mario Kart.
Yeah. Just shout out to the Mies right there. They
Yeah, so those Mies, if they
They like
run into that
to
corner, 2B will want to kill the Mies extremely badly, and she will not stop trying to kill the Mies until they are dead. And that makes it slower to go through that wall, and we would prefer to go through the wall because all Mies are good. We don't want to kill the Mies. Save the animals.
and we're gonna use some conveniently placed terrain to just I guess take the not so scenic route around the castle and go straight to the end.
I have no idea how you have to do this castle casually.
So, Rod, did you know that the Forest King actually has white hair?
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Wow, look at the Forest King. She has white hair.
There she is.
Oh, I don't know where this fight starts because I always base it off the dialogue. Oh, okay, it's after this. Don't be a bad girl. No, way too. Why?
Alright, hear me out. So, we call them Mies because we call Goose Geese.
Yeah. Ooh, that was a juicy crit right there. Cool. So that was the Forest King, I think.
Must have been the Forest King.
Oh my gosh.
And now we're gonna. Oh?
Oh, okay. Well, that's what happens if you walk into that. I actually don't remember the last time I messed that up. So there's a little text boundary thing right there that if you walk into, it'll tell you, hey, go the other way. You should follow the Forest King. But that's slow because we want to go over here because then we can use the transporter. So we go over here by going over that wall. Or getting far enough that it doesn't send you the correct direction, essentially.
Another explanation for the Mies question is if you would just go by adding an S to Moose, it would be Mooses, and that would be just
it's
too
wrong.
confusing
Yeah.
compared to Moses, and we don't do that. Also, gooses. Best
We're gonna
girl.
transfer data.
Are you
Then-
ready on Grün facts?
Yes. Save the children.
Yeah, definitely save the children.
Oh my god. That
Just
shooting
give 'em a
the
little
children or
love.
doing anything like that causes the little bit of dialogue that was about to play to not play. Yes, rip the children. Remember to save the children, guys. Donate. It's a good cause. And children normally get the short end of the stick in these games.
No, No way. This does definitely not have a history in Drakengard games, does it?
Oh, I didn't mean to sit down, but you know what? This actually doesn't lose
Definitely not.
any time. And is actually a pretty cool swag strat. Oh, so we're just gonna kind of go out of bounds again. Yeah, if you look at that wall funny and jump, you can go out of bounds, and then you can do this. So I want to get this cutscene down here, but I don't really want to go over to it that hard. So I'm gonna jump into it from below, then void out, which will bring me back up to where I was, and then I can go over here. Which is a much cooler place to be, because this is where I'm supposed to be and do a fight. I want to make sure that I got those buffs. Nice crit.
So, Rod, we do like spinning things, right? Like whirly arms on stubbies.
Yes, those are our favorites.
And spinning spinners, because that's what their name is.
Nice. That spinner can be a real pain if you don't just kill it right away.
Because he
Same with all
spins.
these guys. Cool. Nice.
And then over here, Rod's just gonna cancel some dialogue with some conveniently placed dialogue that, since we were doing skips, we managed to avoid earlier.
Yeah. There's a lot of funny dialogue cancels in this game that end up saving just huge amounts of time for like small little tricks like that.
And there's also there's also stupid cancels for dialogue, like petting your pod 50 times.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Because why not?
So in this, like, I guess napping friendly section, I want to bring up one of the most important questions related to NieR Automata. So, yeah, I'll start with the spiciest. So, NieR Automata and the other NieR game, NieR Gestalt / Replicant, are directly linked to Drakengard.
Yes.
So my question is, including all the NieR games, what is your favorite game in the Drakengard NieR series, and why is it not Drakengard 2?
Hey, you can't just be that biased.
I'm not biased. I'm just,
I mean, you're right.
taking out the obvious wrong answer.
So wait, did you say best or favorite?
What's your favorite?
Oh, that's a tough one. So look, people like to hate on Drakengard 2 because it's not like actually canon, pretty much. I mean, it is actually canon, but it's not canon to the storyline. But it's not that bad. It's also not my favorite because its story's kind of terrible. But at the same time, hey,
So in
Drakengard
other
1.
words, it's bad.
Yeah, I'd probably pick Automata just because it doesn't play like, I don't know, something. It doesn't play like Drakengard 1. You know, that's a good comparison.
The most important question is, does it have a music minigame and boss?
Yeah, so that's one thing they dropped the ball on in here. They don't really have a good rhythm game final boss. That's the best part of Drakengard. Spoilers. It's not really a spoiler. No one should play Drakengard 1, really.
Also, it's the hardest part.
So the first part of the shmup was one where I could lose time. The second part, I don't think you can lose time. I think it's just an auto-scroller.
Yes, it's a little scroller.
This is the Goliath
fight.
fight.
Very intense fight.
Yep. Very intense. You'd think we were camping. But we're not. We're actually fighting the Goliath flyer. So we're gonna... I pod program twice, then I'm gonna just kind of wait for my pod program to be back up, and then I'm gonna do it again.
So, we have a moment, but I want to ask you right now, who is your best girl?
So the best girl is Blue Ridge 2, that ship you see right there. It's actually a transformer, and it's kind of gnarly. So look at this. You see that big cool battleship? What could make that big cool battleship cooler? Wow, this dialogue is really long in Japanese. So what if that big battleship turned into this giant cute disco whale? With this
whale.
awesome soundtrack. So yeah,
That is one cute battleship.
it really is, yeah. So this is Best Girl. Best Girl is also an RNG auto-scroller, which is always a good time.
Some people would say it's the best time.
Yes.
Time for green facts.
Yes. So this boss is named Grun, and yeah, it's time for Grun facts. Please post Grun facts. Friendship, you can read as many as you want. Wow, I really don't know when these cutscenes are gonna start at all. Usually it's like, you know the exact ends of all the quotes, so you can get like almost frame perfect pauses, but it's really hard to do that when it's suddenly in Japanese. So
Things you find on Wikipedia in the early morning. There is actually currently living German philosopher called Klaus-Jürgen Grün.
Ooh,
This is kind of interesting.
you should say something in German about him. That would make me really happy.
Oh, I do know that. Sein Studium der Philosophie, Geschichte und Mathematik absolviert von 1983 bis 1987 an der Goethe-Universität in Frankfurt am Main, baute auf eine Berufsausbildung in der chemischen Industrie auf. You
Yes.
did get all of this, definitely.
This is what makes Green Facts great.
I like the part about mathematics.
Yes, that was my favorite part. So these waves are an auto-scroller. You just kind of kill them for XP. Alternatively, you can solve a Rubik's Cube or attempt to use the restroom. This next part, where I need a range buff, excuse me. These cores can kind of troll you. We're gonna hope they don't troll me. 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. So that was like the exact opposite of trolling me. The timings on those kills are not the most lenient to messing up. And also, if Grun feels like it, they can rotate in a way where you can't hit them. So I was blessed by Grun, and let me get out of it easily.
And that's why Grün is best girl.
Yes.
Alright. I'll use the opportunity for a quick talk. That's alright.
Yes.
Sure thing.
Alright. This is NASA Marathon 2020 after all. Going online, supporting a charity, save the children, as you heard before. Because that's what we're about. Running games quick and saving children. Not shooting them. Bad, Rod, bad.
I didn't mean to.
You had to go fast. I understand.
They respawn
It's
us,
like
okay.
a balance. Oh, right. Immortal children. Nice. Save the Children is active in like all around the globe for more than 100 years, and they're doing amazing things, providing medicine, healthcare, or basic education needs where children are at their most vulnerable. Every donation you put in goes to that, all the subs, all the bits, and your support is greatly appreciated, but absolutely not required. I like to say donate responsibly, but if you can, do it and put it towards an incentive of your choice. Otherwise, we will just appropriate it. No, just kidding. Coming up after NieR Automata will be Enter the Matrix by Two Worlds. Yeah, 2 Roses is just a good time. After that is Cat Quest 2, and let's get some incentives going. A staring contest with another cat, $100 for that. We are some way there. Let me just look up how much.
Oh wait, Grun can stand up, by the way. He's even cuter when he stands up.
Yes, even better. All the magnificent machine best girl glory.
So where I was shooting the mortars earlier, there's normally a dialogue that you hear, and when you hear that dialogue, you start shooting to time things right. I had no idea what the timing was in Japanese, so that was fun.
Alright, yeah, for Cat Quest 2 any percent, do the side quest where you stare with a cat. 27 out of $100. Stare at the cat.
Ooh, that sounds pretty freaking hype to me, honestly.
Yeah.
How much more does that need?
37 if I'm counting.
37. Okay, how many times do I have to die? Get that.
For you and Mash to get this.
Yeah.
2 of you are donating 10 per death.
No, it was 5 per death, but okay.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you 5, Mash 5.
Oh, okay, yeah. Together we
So that
donated
would-
10. And everyone
so
else
that
is
would-
free to match. If I die at Eve, we're gonna add another 5.
Yeah. And
But that would never
afterwards,
happen.
afterwards for Echo, coming up after Cat Quest, Echo the Tides of Time, we got an incentive for increasing the difficulty from standard, normal, whatever, just any percent to any percent hard. So it seems this morning is all.
So this is what trolling looks like. Could have been firing missiles there, but I decided to sit there and defeat instead. Probably
Just
not
giving
smart.
you more time to plug stuff.
Yeah, more time for things.
Yeah. Also, Blue Fence coming up right next after plugging donations and charity and good stuff. Yeah, this morning seems to be all in the spirit of big challenges, like being tall, not big. Language is hard, especially in the early morning.
Yes, I concur.
Yeah, and for you, is it early morning or would you call it late night?
I would call
Where
it.
is
I mean,
the-
for me, it is technically late night. I feel, but actually, it's not technically early morning.
When does it start being early morning?
What time is it? I don't want to tab out of the game and break it.
Should
You know
be
how it
coming
is
up in
compared to
3 o'clock.
online times?
Yeah, it's 5 hours behind you.
Yeah, so it'll be coming up at 3 for you.
Oh God. Good morning, everyone.
Okay, so it is early.
Yeah.
I feel less bad about being
usually,
tired.
usually I consider it morning if the sky starts to light up a little bit. Fun fact, I'm kind of nocturnal, so I get the
Kind
comfy
of.
sunrise every morning at
Yeah.
10 hours into my day.
I thought you just don't sleep.
Sometimes.
That's
Rumor
it.
has it I hibernate every now and then.
You have like really normal
Sleep
hours
13
for
hours.
like East Coast time. But
Yeah.
you're not in the East Coast time zone, so kind of
All right,
breaks that
GB,
open.
GB asked for more Grün Facts. Zu Beginn der Revolution von 1848 kehrte Grün nach Deutschland zurück. Er lebte in Trier. Zwischen 1848 und 1849 war er Herausgeber der Zeitschrift Amphitheater für Unterhaltung, Kunst und Kritik. Seine Hoffnung auf einen Lehrstuhl an einer geplanten freien Universität in Frankfurt am Main scheiterten, als das Projekt aufgegeben wurde. There you go.
Cool. So I got trolled a bit there, and I messed
Beautiful.
up a bit there, but that was also beautiful. And that's the end of Best Girl.
This
You don't
is
know what
nice
happens
enough
to her. She
YouTube
just
program.
goes back into the ocean.
Yeah, nap time's over.
Nap time's
And
over.
instantly we're gonna be going into some funky stuff.
Yep. So I'm
So,
gonna
I
void
guess-
out here. Or
Do you
drown.
do the transporter?
No.
No.
Hey,
Okay.
hey, Cinnamon Bun, if there are Iron Sky unsavory far-right people on the dark side of the moon, you want a German astronaut up there to communicate and negotiate.
So, do you want to start explaining the copied city flip? I'm gonna drown warp.
So,
by the way.
more drown warps, and then we're gonna go find a nice part of this pipe up here that just so conveniently happens to also have a cliff out through it. Ideally, the game wants us to go, hey, go back to the camp, and then go run around, scan, find out where 9S is, but we don't care. We just want to go straight to 9S.
Yep.
And we're gonna take the fastest line that we can to do that. So RodG
Also requires keyboard and mouse to do
Yep.
the easy lineup, which is what I'm gonna do.
You can do it on controller, but it's so much easier on keyboard and
Yeah,
mouse.
it's a lot easier. So now we're out of
So
bounds.
RodG's gonna...
Now we're in bounds. Now we're at the elevator.
Yep. So the spare, even though it's speedy, also great for clipping.
Yes. That is the biggest reason to get the spear. Even if you don't spear dash, just clipping out of bounds is very good at the spear. Also, sick raid 30 people. Heck yeah, Tay-Man.
Pog.
So now we're in
Should I
Rapid
say
City.
Pogeth?
Pajef?
Oh, it's
this place is
definitely
cool.
Pogeth.
Definitely, Pajef. So that clip that I had to do with mouse and keyboard back there was mainly so that I can run in a perfectly straight line by holding W. It's a lot easier. I'm gonna actually do it again to clip out of bounds right as this fight starts because Adam talks a lot and it takes a long time. It probably takes even longer in Japanese. So now I'm out of bounds again.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
would like to say I can confirm it, but I'm afraid I can't. But even in Japanese, we don't want to listen to him.
Yeah. Although I'm really excited to see his like face kind of match up a bit better with the dialogue. That's always kind of hype.
True.
Hello, press the button. Thank you.
Okay.
So I seek to learn and adopt. Oh, I can just read the subtitles. Nice.
RodG's gonna cancel the final large block of dialogue with an elevator dialogue. However, I want to bring up the faces thing. So the game, Square Enix as a company is based in Japan, and the games are natively, I guess, animated to match up with the Japanese dialogue, which means that right here, if you're playing in English, it doesn't match up at all.
No, it really doesn't match up at all, and it's hilarious every time. Cool. So once you damage him down to like about 70%, you can't actually do much more because there's a different phase you have to wait for some dialogue for. So you don't want to do more. And now we're in the other phase. So now we just have to kill him quickly, preferably. The yells are so funny in Japanese. I got the DDG. Nice. Alright, so right away I'm going to do a dialogue skip. This saves like 30 seconds, and if I mess it up, yeah, it hurts. Oh my god. Oh my F in chat.
So that's the 30 seconds we're talking about.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be honest. I have an excuse. The noises that an enemy makes, like, I don't know, my brain knows when the end is for the like her voice lines in English. Wait, I need to get to this one. So yeah, you're supposed to dash swing through and talk to someone, but I messed up. So instead we're going to use this to check our mailbox, and we're going to look at that cool letter. And then that's going to trigger another extremely long dialogue. On the flip side, does anyone know when it's ideal to SD in front of Pascal? In Japanese?
I know in English. So in English you would SD maybe 2 to 3 seconds before the part starts talking.
Okay,
So
cool.
like the last line of Pascal's dialogue, I guess, or the sounds good. As soon as you see that, should be the time to SD.
Nice.
Have we become so cavalier that we're not gonna do upskirt?
Yes. It
Yes.
is slow. So essentially, because I have this extra time now that I'm going to be able to stand up here waiting for Pascal to spawn, I'm going to SD, because normally 2B would slowly walk up here, but I would rather she stumbled, which is what she does after you SD. So I'm just going to kind of pray here. I'd say bless RNG, but it's not really RNG. I think now? Yeah, it's now. That's probably late. Wait, no, that's probably perfect. Come on, stumble walk. Okay, it was not perfect. Yeah, so this is kind of quick compared to the walking she would normally do, which is pretty dope. Yeah, this is the normal walking she would do. And as you can see, this isn't very fast. So, now we're going to go into factory. We should probably start explaining the factory skips because there's a lot of factory skips. So if you played this casually, you probably remember that this whole area was kind of long, because it is actually kind of long. There's a lot of different parts and things you got to go to. Well, we go to all of them in the speedrun. We just kind of don't do them correctly, and by go to all of them, I mean that only in a very technical way. We go to all the triggers, and we do that by using a lot of out of bounds. So this first place we're going to end up going to, after this nice little elevator ride. Oh yeah, this is an unskippable walking little waiting period here. So after this elevator, we're going to go to the first room, and we're going to immediately void out, just flip out of bounds and fall to cause it to transition so we can take another elevator. And then we're going to go meet 9S in a different room. We're going to clip out of bounds again to reset the elevator, and then take it back up to this first room we're going to. Then from this first room we're in, we're going to clip out again. Whoopsie doopsies. And we're going to get some more triggers. So right here I'm looking upwards so that 2B doesn't get distracted by all the robots standing to the side there. And then I can spear dash. So yeah, I'm probably not going to be able to explain much more about the factory skips because I have to do them and they require my brain, sadly.
I had some audio issues, but did we explain Luke's room?
I kinda did. Emphasis on kinda, so if you want to go through it again while I'm doing it,
Sure.
that'd probably help.
Okay. So, basically on the fly, as it happens right here. So, Rod's gonna run over to this corner and just sneak his way through the corner with his spear. By voiding out, all of the enemies will also despawn. And it just so happens that the trigger to advance from this room is tied to the amount of enemies that die. Now that's super handy. So we can do that to get through the room faster than normal. We'll run into the elevator and pray that Pascal cooperates. Now we're up into the second room, which is
Down
9S.
into.
Down into. Very important. So 9S has turned into a robot. We don't know why.
Don't
We
worry
do know
about
why,
it.
but we don't care. And we're gonna void out.
Again.
So usually the elevator would lock up. But voiding out just so happens to reset the elevator. So now we can open the elevator, go back, up, yes,
Up, yes.
to Mook's room.
Very high up.
Yeah, so this is very, very high up.
What?
And we're now looking to get a trigger about 2/3 of the way through the factory. So Rod's gonna go up here, clip through a pipe, and hopefully, assuming all goes well, he's gonna go down here and void out as soon as he hits the trigger without
Nice, first
touching the
try.
floor. There, perfect. Nicely done.
So that gets that dialogue, and then we can go to the end of the factory.
Yep. And we have just skipped pretty much the entirety of factory.
Nice. That feels really good to get first try. That void out to get that last dialogue trigger is kind of close. And if you fall, it loses about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Casually
One of
though,
the hardest skips.
Casually though, Deep Factory just really amps up the
Nice, I got the
tension
elevator
and scope
thing.
of the game, I think. Ooh.
So that's an elevator thing.
Yeah, I don't know if that is a name. I only know that because I've seen a mate do it.
So I called it Wish Elevator because Wishang, it just seems to be the whatever he finds. We just append part of his name to the skip. The exception being Crane Skip, which is just, I guess, funnier. But yeah, it's just a little faster than taking the elevator normally.
Yeah. So
This is sushi.
this is sushi. I went up and plunged up here, and now I'm holding onto my pod just so that I don't have to dodge, and I can kind of like take a nap real quick while we wait for 9S to attempt to count. Yes, thighs, indeed thighs. So we're just gonna chill up here. The music is actually the cue for when the fight's gonna start. You can hear it start to like hit the beat drop right as the fight's about to start. So yeah. Might have been a bit early to drop down. Oh no, it's fine.
Alright, lead-based life form. Cool username, by the way. 2B's thighs are weighing in, well, not her thighs, but she herself, at 148.8 kilograms.
Oh my god,
I
it's
do not know
bombs.
that in freedom units.
Help, I'm terrified. Get away.
So,
I'm actually
should
really
be a
scared
good
of
match
these.
for you.
I'm sure you'll be fine, Rod.
So those bombs are
Depending on
terrifying because they can sometimes one-shot you. I don't remember if they can do it without taunt chips. But if I accidentally taunt them, they'll also deal double damage to me, which is kind of terrifying. So, yeah. I'm glad I didn't die. So here's where I would do Shabu Skip if I was good at Shabu Skip, but instead I'm not. So someone can do that whole rigmarole of explaining that. So normally you can clip out of bounds. I say normally as in like that's what most casual players would do. But in the speedrun you can clip out of bounds and skip doing this little running. But I'm not the best at that one, so I'm not going to do it. Instead, we're going to repeat these things we did earlier. Wow, that's so poetic, isn't it? I think it's really poetic. And so does Shabu.
Yeah. Shabu is, I guess, the person who commentates most of the time. He does a great job. But every single time, you really got to bring up how poetic that is.
Very poetic.
It wouldn't be a NieR run without it.
But there's a skip for all of that, so you don't have to do it again. Which ruins it, but now that's the new thing he talks about, so he still talks about it. So that's exciting. There's Factory. It's a little bit faster in the speedrun than in the casual, but I think some of those strats could be used casually, honestly. I don't know. The whole V2 void out's not that hard.
No. You know, all of the void out stuff, I reckon a casual could take that, but the high jumps,
High jumps.
that's a spooky one.
Bridge skip's actually like super hard. Notice I took 3 tries on bridge skip, but I got Factory first try. There's a reason for that. And it's not that I've practiced Factory more. Just in time for boss rush. Yeah. So this
I'm
is
sure
boss
it's
rush.
just because the bridge doesn't like you.
I don't think the bridge likes me. Neither did that one stubby who got too close. So this is boss rush. First we're gonna fight these crazy enemies in the Burning Resistance camp, which is called Burning Resistance camp because it's the Resistance camp, but it's burning. And they're all angry and glowy and zappy and mad.
It just means they like you.
Yeah. So I'm gonna buff. And then I'm going to do a bunch of double damage glitches, which we didn't explain super well, I think, earlier. But yeah, I'm gonna throw my sword out a lot and press a lot of buttons. and try to not let that guy get behind me, but he did. So yeah, the most annoying part about this fight is that the bodies don't always go away right away. And that slows you down a lot. That wasn't too bad though.
That was pretty smooth, actually.
Yeah. So you can skip that little earthquake thing for some reason, and it always looks like they're just about to break down into dance. That's what I think of. There's my dead body. Bye, my dead body. Here's Sushi too. She's more electric this time.
That's Shelton.
Yep. So we're just gonna basically do a DPS check. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you failed that DPS check right there.
I did. And then I was gonna SD for a level, but it's okay, we're not gonna SD for a level.
Yeah. So if you just poke them in the butt at the end, very conveniently it goes straight into the explosion. This is, I guess, Sushi 2's little baby. Came out of nowhere. Sushi's gone. Yeah, really is adorable.
Yeah. So here I'm trying to slow-mo DDG, and I went pretty well. So now we're gonna fish a bit because I think fishing is fun. There's no reason for this. I just think it looks cool. There's probably more productive things I could do here, but it's always my dream to catch a fish during that. I've only had it, like, actually get a fish once, and I didn't get to reel it in. It's kind of sad.
Oh, I've never even had it, like, try to catch a fish.
I had it go down.
I've thrown the pod, but maybe one day.
Maybe one day, yeah. Exclamation point fish. So now we're going on to Core 2. Core 2 is even more fun than Core 1, in that if you fail the DPS check, it flies around even more. And then look out for the end of this core fight. I'm going to try to get a dialogue skip by talking to 9S. I'm not the best at getting it, but it saves a little bit of time. Please stop. Perfect dodging. So since I haven't mentioned it yet, perfect dodging is normally really bad because it's slow. Alright, here's core 2.
You know, I feel like Core 2 is pretty cute. Doesn't get as much attention and love as Core 2 really should.
Core 2 is easily one of the most irritating bosses in this game, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah, if you didn't notice, I almost messed up enough that Core 2 flew away from me and started doing the little whirly worm thing it does, which is very irritating.
You heard it here first. The whirly worm thing.
Mm-hmm. But it didn't. I did enough damage, luckily. And now we're just gonna stand here and wait for you. There he is. Ooh, that's not friendly. There we go.
Ooh, that's an interesting angle.
Yikes. So if you notice on Eve's chest, you can't see it very well now, but there's the symbol of the Cult of the Watchers, and someone should explain something about that. While I try to beat this boss.
I mean, you're the lure guy, but sure, there's a Cult of the Watchers from Drakengard.
Drakengard.
He, for some reason, he really likes tattoos.
Please don't do this. Please don't do this. Please don't do this. Okay. So that
Cult
was
of the Watchers is cool.
almost platforms. I don't believe in myself. Nah, screw it. I believe in myself. We're gonna do it.
So, okay, so platforms, essentially at half HP, he tends to do a platform-based attack. But if you DPS just enough, you can skip it.
Oh, I'm so not
Now, how do you get shortcut on you? But Rod here is trying to get the skip for
I'm not gonna
phase
get it. I'm just
2.
gonna stop trying. I'm not the best at getting that. It's a little tight and it's a little luck-based with VCT code, especially for
Oh,
me.
it's also Japanese.
Oh yeah, it's Japanese. That's a good point. I have no idea how that works in Japanese.
No, me neither. But essentially, phase 2 ends when both Eves either not full HP yet, or
If you look on his
reached
chest,
threshold.
oh, you can't see it here. All right, here you see it. Look on his chest. There's that logo, the 3 eyes on 2 faces. It's the symbol of the Cult of the Watchers from Drakengard 1, which is the first game of the series, which is very cool, I think.
Nice attention to detail as well.
I'm gonna try to not die here. Hello, please lock on. Thank you. Oh, you don't do that.
Yeah, there's no way to stage this properly. I mean, Eve is unfriendly, and this is a very scary fight.
Okay, I tried to... Don't run out of buffs! Alright, I'm gonna heal. I'd prefer to not have to die here. I'm out of buffs. Ah. I don't trust my buffs, they're blinking again. Alright. What? I think? There we go. Alright. That's kind of scary.
That
2
was
hits from
close.
that will kill you. Yeah, that could have been cleaner, but essentially you want to throw yourself at him, intentionally take damage, and then hit him a lot. So here, you can die if you're not paying enough attention. So that's always fun. But yeah, this is almost over. He kind of just flies around and does whatever he wants here. And screams about his brother, but it's in Japanese, so I don't know what he's saying right now. He's being kind of nice. He can normally fly really far away. And then bada bing, bada boom. GG. That is the video game. So this is a little 30-second stumble around 9S in circles without pants on time. Underestimate Pog. Yeah, that's a big Pog because we normally time this game loadless, and I submitted my estimate using that instead of with loads. So that was a small brain moment. It was VC2 3 crit plus 0. No taunt. So yeah.
Also with
Oh,
Japanese
time.
ones. That's 35 seconds.
I'm so not
bit
used to
late.
saying time.
It's alright, I got it.
I was gonna say, I think you know when the timer ends.
Yeah, I hope I do.
It was a 134.14. That's pretty close to what I got. I got a 134.12 or a 132.05, all of those. But yeah, we get to see this beautiful cutscene where 9S finally dies, and that's the end of the game.
This is the happiest ending.
This is the happiest ending in all of the NieR series.
Or is it?
No, it is.
It definitely is.
It definitely is. So yeah, that was NieR Automata. We should link the Discord. We have a Discord. If this run enthralled
We
you
do.
and you really want to join, our Discord can be found at sponsoredbydrakengard.com. Sponsored by Draken. Yeah, that one that you just typed.
Yeah, that one.
So yeah, that's the NieR and Drakengard Speedruns Discord. It is a very good time. This run is really fun to learn. Highly recommend it. The Discord's super helpful with learning it. It's not as hard as it looks, I swear. And yeah. 9S
So-
is dead.
Question for you, Rod.
Answer
If
for
people
me.
want to see more, where can they find you?
They can find me at my Twitch. Yeah, whatever that is.
What is your Twitch?
Runner. Wow, it's that. Wow.
Oh, Pog, it is there.
Thanks, bot.
Wow.
Yeah, I play this game. And Drakengard, which is an experience. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
that was pretty great. Underestimate Pog. Thanks for having me, NASA Marathon. What game's up next, Friendship Cannon? Because I see about a metric bazillion people in the channel next to us.
All right, we got Enter the Matrix, run by Niobe. Run by Two Worlds. The category is Niobe. I
Sick.
think. I hope.
I think.
No.
I hope
Enter
so.
the matrix and find out. But the thing is, this is already the end of my shift. I didn't get to host roast you as much as I wanted, but it was a good time.
Yeah.
So thank
Glad
you
you
for
could be
that,
here.
Rod.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you, friendship.
thank you too,
Yes.
Ame.
Oh, and Ame, hey, Ame, do you have a Twitch as well? I think you do have a
I
Twitch.
do. I think I do have a
We
Twitch.
shall allow the plug.
It's twitch.tv
It's Ame with 3 eyes?
Ame with 3 eyes.
Yes, let me type that out. Twitch.tv/May.
All the eyes. All eyes are on
There. That's Ame's Twitch.
Ame, I think.
Yep, that's
Yep.
definitely my Twitch right there. And yeah, I guess that wraps up NieR.
Language.
That does wrap up NieR. And yes, the music is in English. Which ending has it in Japanese? Because there is one in Japanese and then one in the weird, messed up Emmy Evans language.
I think B is Japanese.
B is
Chaos
Japanese?
language.
Yeah, Chaos language. Chaos is C? I don't know. And then all of them are the other one. E. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. There's a lot of different ending songs. But yeah. GG.
GG.
Misty Neck.
All right, everyone. We got the end of my shift coming up, and Professor Wate, I really hope I pronounced the name half what decent. So thank you for hanging out with us. That was a wonderful time. Rod on NieR and some crispy Hanako goodness and Catherine. Yeah, donations go to Save the Children, $2,184. That's an amazing number. So thank you for everyone who put in their good and hard-earned money for a wonderful cause. Yeah. Poker will be with you in just a bit, and then we'll go for Enter the Matrix pretty much right after that, I think. So, give some love to him and everyone coming after that. It's wonderful hanging with you, and I'll see you around. Take care, everyone.
Alright, hello everyone. I'll be your host for the next couple of hours. Alright, so just tell me when I go live or something, right? Oh, okay. Hello there. Okay, yeah, I realized. Hello, I was told I'm live, so, you know, excuse my messy hair and stuff like that. It's 9 AM in Poland, so I don't usually wake up at 9 on a Saturday, but, you know, gotta wake up for my hosting shift. So I'd like to just tell you big thank you for raising over $2,184 for Save the Children during NASA 2020. Just a reminder, we are NASA 2020. Huh. Probably could have guessed it already. We are NASA 2020 North American Speedrun Assembly, raising money for Save the Children with speedruns, and kindly asking for your donations if you can. And please remember that even the smallest of donations can help, and even if you just have a couple of dollars, that still goes fully to Save the Children and helps immediately. Right now we're waiting our next speedrun, which is going to be Enter the Matrix by Two Worlds. And after that we'll see Cat Quest 2. Right now, we actually have a incentive coming up for Cat Quest 2, which is doing the side quest where you start with a cat. Sounds awesome, and is at $27 out of 100 right now, so we're missing $73. So if you want to see that, I certainly would. Then make sure to choose that as your donations of as your incentive of choice. Whenever you donate, you can put some or all or all of your donation, the entirety of your donation towards a bid war or an incentive of choice. It's to the right of the amount of money you put in on the tracker. So as you might already know or not, you can donate if you go below the stream. There's a button especially for that. You can also donate using the link provided in chat. Thank you so much for all your generous donations, allowing us to gather over $2,000 already.
Niemand glaubte, dass es in Zukunft zu einer Bedrohung kommen würde. Nach 100 Jahren ist der Böse wieder auferstanden. Der Herr des Bösen, Graf Dracula, ist auferstanden.
Right, let's yeah, as I said, we are NASA 2020 supporting Save the Children, and let's talk a little more about them, shall we? Save the Children works in the heart of communities where they help children and families help themselves by providing education, infrastructure, healthcare, and protection from harm. Save the Children works closely with other organizations, governments, non-profits, and a variety of local partners while maintaining their own independence without political agenda or religious orientation. Help us to help them in making the world a better place. Thank you all for donating. Yeah, thank you all for your wonderful donations. Right. As for some more goodies coming up, right after Cat Quest 2, as I mentioned, we have Echo the Tide of Time, with, if I'm not mistaken, we also have an incentive for that run, which is switching the difficulty from any percent to any percent hard. We need $100 to fulfill that bid war, It's not been filled with donations yet, but you still have some time. You have the entirety of Enter the Matrix, which is an hour and 5 minutes, and then the entirety of Cat Quest 2, which is also an hour and 5 minutes. So you still have about 2 hours and 10 minutes to fill that in, but no doubt everyone would like to see harder difficulty being played in pretty much any game. The next game after Echo is Blazing Chrome, which also has a bid war. The bid war is for character selection. It's not been started yet, but you can choose between Doyle and Mavra. So I've been told, we're ready with Matrix, so get hype for that. Thank you very much. You know what? Remember what I said about the... it's called the Cat Quest 2 incentive? Turns out it was just met, because we just got huge $73 donations. We just got a tremendous, huge $73 donations from Miskbits saying, "Give me that staring contest." So thank you so much for your donation. Thank you so much for filling that incentive. And that is now closed. So thank you so much. All right. So yeah, get hype for Matrix.
I love the power glove. It's so bad.